front-end employees. For example, you want to make a website for events, and you want to get paid for the people who are posting events, or even a server service. It's all up to you. You can do that with in combination with Fluent Forms, uncanny animator, and Amelia plugin. Now the Amelia plugin, you must do it manually if you don't use the automatization. But we're gonna automatizing the whole process. As you can see here, there's an employee. We're gonna delete them, and we're gonna add on the front end a submission, so there will be another employee who can publish their own events, and they can also um, schedule. They can do whatever they want as an employee. Now, the first thing that is very important before you start is that you go into the Amelia settings, and you're gonna make sure that the SMTP, let's do that, is set up. Why? Because when somebody wants to reset his passwords, it won't work if you don't use the SMTP server. So you got to choose the SMTP server and you have to fill it out, or otherwise you have to go to the PHP and do the WordPress environment. Now, that is one important thing. The other important thing is that you're making webhooks. Actually, we're going to the roles. We have the roles, and you can decide what employees are able to do in their own environment when they log in. So check that out. The other thing is the IP keys. Now you have to make, you have to generate an AP key and you have to copy it, and you also have to copy the URL in here. But we're going to change it a little bit because it's not what we want. By default, it doesn't work with the AP from the AP key from Amelia, but we are gonna cheating a little bit, so we make it work. So the first thing that you have to do is go into Fluent Forms, and as you can see here, I have already made the form that we need. So let's adding it, and it's a simple form with the name, the username. I know I spell it wrong, but whatever. The last name, the email. Email is very important, so it must be required, and of course also the username and the name, and the passwords. Those are the things that you need. The other thing that you need is to put in hidden fields, and by default you must use the token here when you click on the dots and you search for the user ID. That's part one. Then we go into the animator, and I've chosen for everyone, but you can also do it for the only for the login user. Then you search for the form that you just saw, and then you have to, of course, you have to put it live when you have set up everything. Don't put it live when you're working here. You grab the token, the first name, last name is an option, you don't have to do that, the email and the username and the display name and the passwords. Then you have to choose for the role Amelia employee, and just log the user in. You can choose yes or no. In this case I've chosen for yes for the sake of this tutorial. What do we want to do if the user already exists? Do nothing and save the whole thing. This is the only thing that you have to do. The other thing is that you have to go to the webhooks. So let's open that, and you have to put in the this URL, it's the AP URL with your own domain name. So this is the domain name, and take a look add the um, to the URL. It's very important. Then it must be post. Date format is JSON. Authorization, you don't have to fill in anything by the authorization. Then the headers is the content type, application JSON, and Amelia with the token that we have made. Did I show you how we did that? So it's an IP key. So you generate it, then you copy it, and make sure you copy it because once you made it, you can use it twice. It's only one time. Then you have to fill in the body and do it exactly as it says here. Otherwise, it won't work. So grab the tokens, the user first name, and then from the form, as you can see here, it's from the form. The first name, the email, the user ID, and the passwords. Now look at the emblems. So this is from the email, and this is from where the action will be run on. So it was a new root user. Uh, then you have to go to add and role. So the action will be add and role and then an admin employee. And for the last thing that I have done is send them an email with the passwords so they can grab the passwords if they don't remember it anymore. And I have to refresh this page because I make a mess of it. So let's do that. Now, the another thing that's important is that you have to go to the Amelia plugin once again. You have to make one category by default and a service. So that is important. And make yourself as an employee because there have to be some data. So the employees, and I have added myself. So this is my actually I make myself an employee. You can choose the select the WordPress user, click on it, and then it will be added as an employee. Now the time zone and everything what you have to fill up with the settings of Amelia, I'm not going to discuss it in this tutorial because otherwise it would be too long. The other thing is, yes, I know I'm hopping from the other page to the other, is going to the setting once again and fill in the general settings. That's important. And company, you can leave blank, but it's all up to you. Now let's see that in action. So let's see, let's just delete ourselves. Actually, this is not the admin, but it's an Amelia employee. So I delete it, and I told you in the previous tutorial that you also have to go to the settings of uncanny animator. Let's see the settings, and then you go to the data management, and you have to delete recipe records when the user is deleted. So that is important, and delete all the data when you remove the plugin. You can also do that with Amelia. I'm not going to discuss it on this tutorial. So no user in here, and in Amelia there is only one employee, and that's myself, and this is OBS. So let's just open an incognito. Speaks for itself that you can also make it a subscription website. I made a tutorial about that, or you let them pay once. It's all up to you. So we're going to fill in these fields, and we submit it. Now we wait a little bit, and then oops, we forgot our passwords. But we got the first email, so let's see that. There are the guys from OBS once again. I'm gonna refresh it. So as you can see here, there it is. So we copy it and we're gonna use the email, the test email, and then we fill in the passwords and we log in, and we are now an employee. It can be faster, I know. I have to optimize this website, but it's just for this tutorial. And as you can see here, you can make a new event. Just the usual case. So the price, you can also enable them to have their own PayPal accounts, and if you are a really prof, then you can also use, for example, Ideal. Not gonna discover this on this tutorial, but then they get pay out immediately. Be careful, because there are also criminals on the internet who misuse it. So we log out and we say, well, we have forgot our password and we want to reset it. Send a reset mail, and we're going back to the email, and there it is. And we're gonna use the link in the incognito, and there's OBS once again. So we have to scroll down. Now this is not for the looks, huh? It is not for the look. So it sends a cookie. Okay, we make another password. Simple passwords. Yeah, YouTube 2, 3, and then we gonna yeah, and there it is. So the only thing that we have to say is that you have to embed, of course, the shortcodes. So let's go to the page, and it's also important that you go to the settings, make a page first for the employees, and you go into the settings once again, open to the settings, and then the role settings, and fill in the URL. So this is the URL that I use. So let's copy it and let's just paste it, and fake email, so don't worry about that. And then go to the, in this case, Elementor, but doesn't matter. Edit with Elementor, and then the only thing that you have to do is go to and add this shortcode. You can also go to the plus signs and search for Amelia. Here you have it. So that's the only thing that you have to do, and then you got yourself the most powerful booking plugin. There are more options, but I think for this tutorial is enough. You know the meaning, and you can build it out for yourself. And there is OBS once again. Thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial. Bye.